What's going on, everybody? We're back with another video finally, and this video is all about Cody. No. We are finally back with another part of working on Daddy's 1971 Ford F100, which this isn't working on it today. We're working on the Crown Vic or Police Interceptor, whatever you want to call it. They're the same thing. We're working today on pulling this engine out, the engine and transmission, so that we can get the front suspension system out of this car. Alright, we are gonna quit talking and get this engine pulled out of the car. We're back next day. Last night we was working on this Crown Vic and we got the engine out, the engine and transmission out. It was not a bad job at all. How long did it take us, Daddy?
I didn't keep up with it. If we was hard,
I think we was working on it for like 2 hours maybe. Two. Right, we weren't working fast, we was just moseying. Cody's down there under the car now. But now that we got the engine and transmission out, we're gonna start taking the front suspension system out of the car, which is the reason Daddy bought the car, is to get the front suspension out and the rear diff. But the way the front ends are on these Crown Vics, if you don't know, they basically, it's a whole aluminum suspension component, or whatever you want to call it, that's just bolted to the frame. Those two bolts right there are the main bolts that hold the suspension to the frame. So it's really simple to just take it off and fit it right up to some other vehicle. And in our case, Daddy's gonna put it on his F100. So that's our next step, is get this whole front suspension out. Rack and pinion steering also, we're gonna use that in the truck. So we're just gonna continue working on it and get this thing pulled out. Cody, what are you doing?
I don't know, I'm just messing with this.
Okay. Well, I'm standing inside the car now. There's
Daddy,
no front suspension in this car. We got it pulled out. It's on the jack right now. But we got this thing pulled out. We're going to get these tubes right here They run through the bottom. The tube runs through the bottom right here, and that's what your suspension attaches to. And we're gonna take these out so that Daddy can utilize those in his truck. But we're gonna cut these out with the plasma and then take the rear diff out.
Yeah.
Alright, Cody. Daddy, get that fire extinguisher ready.
It's right here next to the car.
Probably won't need it, but just in case.
It's right.
Just don't spray me with it if stuff catches on fire.
If you're on fire,
Still don't spray me with it.
Okay. That's the knockout.
Oh.
So that comes from the factory with a knockout, and they just poke them in there and it slides in well.
Alright, we got the rear end out of this thing. This thing is front end and back endless now. Ain't that nice? So now I'm gonna go get the Bobcat, pick the back of it up, and drag it out of here. Alright, we have got everything that we need off of the police car and the Mustang. On the police car, last night we took out the engine and transmission. Today, we took out the front end, the whole front suspension system and steering system. This is going to be installed, well, retrofit, I think is what you'd say, onto the F100, because lots and lots of people do that. They put a Crown Vic front end on a F100 and it makes it sit lower, makes it ride better, I guess, or whatever. That's just what Daddy wants. I personally would leave it the way it is and just fix it up, but Daddy wants to change everything up. Here's the rear differential out of the Crown Vic, or the police car. That's all that. He might use some pieces on this one and mix with pieces of this one. This is the one out of the Mustang. That's what we got out of the Mustang. He's probably going to mix and match pieces and make it all work the way he wants to on the F100. So yeah, these will be for the new rear differential on the old Ford truck. One of these two. We don't know which one yet. That's the front end of the truck. The engine and transmission is for sale. 5-speed transmission over here is going to go in the F100. and be hooked up with the 302 that's covered up with the garbage sack right there. So that's what we got going today. This is part 2 of the F100 build. This was just tearing out parts from other vehicles. Next video will probably be tearing the F100 apart and getting it ready to put this stuff in it. So if y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to keep up with future videos about this build, subscribe and click the bell icon so you can be notified every time we put a video up. And until next time, y'all have a great day, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. See ya.